10 Psychology Hacks to Leave Bad Habits Behind. We are all plagued by bad habits. Whether a fixation is irritating, time-consuming, or potentially harmful, like the person you're talking about behind their back, there are effective strategies that everyone may employ to curb their behavioral vices. In fact, significant habitual behaviors may take a few years to overcome. But it is possible, and psychiatrists, psychologists, and cognitive therapists all agree that recognizing a negative behavior is the first step toward breaking it. So, if you've observed and identified a behavior you'd like to change, you're already on your way to building healthier habits, and a lifetime of good posture, manicures, and trustworthy connections. Here are 10 psychology hacks to leave bad habits behind. Number 10. Always running late. What's the nice reason? You're a people pleaser who crams too much into your schedule. But what about the less than pleasant explanation? You may believe that your time is more valuable than that of others. In either case, you're missing something crucial: how to break it. Don't agree to do something right immediately when someone asks you to. Declare that you'll get back to them, then consider whether you have the time to do so. Also, figure out which duties cause you to be late all of the time. Perhaps it's when you're drying your hair in the morning. Time yourself to see how long it takes, and then make sure you have adequate time in your schedule. Set your watch to 5 minutes ahead of time and allow for any unexpected delays. If you're going to be late, phone ahead. Not only is it courteous, but the embarrassment of making many calls can just be the motivation you need to be on time. Number 9. Procrastination. Avoiding the chore provides short relief, but it is obviously detrimental in the long term. How to get rid of it? Recognize that procrastinating may give the impression that you don't care about completing the task, and that's worse than finishing it half-heartedly. To get you started, here's a tip: hold yourself accountable and invite a friend to join you. Make a check payable to a charity you don't believe in and give it to a friend to hold. Have her mail the donation if you don't fulfill the self-assigned duty by a specific deadline. Number 8. Disorganization. You might be a visual thinker. You enjoy being surrounded by shambles because it stimulates you and reminds you to get your task done. However, it backfires since you waste time looking for items. Furthermore, it has the potential to exacerbate anxiety. How to get rid of it? Make a list of things you need to accomplish, and a pile of things you can think about doing. Use a variety of colored folders or cartons. According to life coach Lynn Cutts, one of my clients has 12 clipboards put up in her office, 6 for current assignments and 6 for ones she may get to later. She is still visually aroused, but her belongings are in order. Create a strategy that works for you and start small, such as putting your keys in the same spot every day. Number 7. Fidgeting. You have too much energy, possibly due to a surge in adrenaline generated by too much caffeine or sweets, and it needs to be released in some way. Simply inquire of the pen with which you are incessantly clicking, how to break it. If you're a big drinker of huge triple lattes, reduce back. It's also important to control energy peaks and troughs. Also, consider transforming your hand and leg movements into isometric exercises. Place your hands in your lap and softly press your palms together. Place both feet flat on the floor and push down for your legs. Carry on doing these modest exercises until you no longer feel the desire to fidget. Number 6. Smacking gum. When you're nervous or frightened, it's another oral fixation that gives you a sense of security. How to get rid of it? Actually, switching to hard candy is a quick and effective way to break this habit, though it isn't as gentle on your teeth. If you really don't want to stop chewing gum, have a friend interrupt you every time she hears you. Keep slapping long enough to hear yourself and realize how loud and obnoxious it is when she points it out. Pretend you're someone else who has to listen to you smacking your gum. Isn't that bad? You might be ashamed enough to come to a halt. Make a note of it when you hear yourself doing it, and then stop. Your brain rewires to make not smacking your gum the default every time you choose to stop. With a little effort, you'll eventually stop doing it. Number 5. Slouching. When you were younger, you may have slouched because you were self-conscious, taller than others, or had breasts before your contemporaries, and the posture lingered with you. You could also be fatigued and anxious. How to get rid of it? Take dance classes, Pilates, or other exercises to help you strengthen your these muscle groups can grow weak when underutilized, but are essential too. An even easier technique to fight slouching is to start with a super simple shoulder shrug exercise. Imagine touching your shoulders to your earlobes. To bring awareness to your posture and remind you to stand and sit tall, do 10 shoulder rotations forward and 10 rotations back. It helps to combat the emotional and physical exhaustion that might lead to slouching. Number 4. Phone obsession. Don't be too hard on yourself. Smartphones are specifically designed to capture and hold your attention. To be honest, we're all at a disadvantage from the start. But there's more. An unreasonable fear of being unable to check texts, news, social media, and the internet in general. You're terrified of losing out on something significant. Or perhaps you've simply succumbed to the allure of quick and limitless entertainment, knowledge, and conversation at your fingertips, forgetting to look up, make relationships, and simply be. How to get rid of it? Although giving up your iPhone for good is unlikely, there are techniques to limit your screen time. Set guidelines for yourself, such as not looking at your phone during meals, keeping your phone away from your bed, keeping track of how much time you spend on different applications, summoning the willpower not to glance at it the moment you feel the temptation or receive a notice. Number 3. Nail biting. This habit is frequently employed to find comfort and to alleviate tension and worry. How to break it? First, take note of when you bite your nails and what conditions cause you to bite your nails, and then try to redirect that energy into another action. Keeping a stress ball nearby to play with when you feel the urge is low-hanging fruit. Keep your nails short and well-filed at all times. You can also try painting your nails with a special nail lacquer that is designed to keep people from biting their nails. Spend money on manicures to avoid not only eating the bitter varnish but also damaging a beautiful layer of color and a perfectly manicured set of cuticles. Number 2. Whining. You don't believe you have the authority to ask for something or make a change. You undoubtedly whined when you weren't getting what you wanted as a youngster, and it paid out, but you're no longer a child. How to break it? If you think complaining will bring you the same outcomes as when you were a kid, you're in for an unpleasant revelation as an adult. Take attention if your partner or pals make a comment about your whining. Instead of complaining like a teen, make a straight but courteous request to get what you want. Instead of wasting an evening out by whining about being seated close to the kitchen, respectfully request that the waiter reseat you. It's not worth griping about if you can't or aren't prepared to do anything about it. Number 1. Gossiping. A person who gossips out of habit, on the other hand, does not believe they are good enough on their own. At the moment, gossiping can feel great. It can help you vent about someone or something, bond with friends or coworkers, and make you feel better. How to get rid of it? Develop a keen awareness of the topics you choose to discuss. Use your talks to discuss your adventures, such as trying out a new restaurant or going on a trip. Learn about current events, music, TV shows, or sports to provide you with something to talk about other than other people. If the conversation turns to other individuals, make an attempt to say only positive things about them. Furthermore, you never know who might be listening in on your communication. If you're upset with a coworker, keep in mind that her best friend might be the woman sitting next to you. That's it for today's video. What are your thoughts on our video? Do you have something to add to our list? Please let us know in the comments section below. As always, please remember to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss many more videos like this. Talk to you all in our next video. Take care.